says it's time to drink. Happy Tuesday, motherfuckers.
I've let you start. God damn it! I've let you start. I tried to cheat. I tried to cheat, and I still f***ing lost.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to write all this stuff down. I'm tracking again, so I gotta write down 3 Coors Lights today.
3 Coors Lights. There's 10 calories a piece.
Yep.
That's all you need to know. Actually, no, because what do we say? They're his protein shakes.
Yeah, that's 10 pounds.
They got to at least have 10 grams times 4 is 40 calories.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Yeah, 10 pounds you beat up.
That's right.
I tried to fucking cheat on that one.
Yeah. Look over, he's got it in his lips already.
Oh, shit. Welcome back
All
to
right,
the
0 for 3.
Stache and Beard Show. 0 for 3 for you. I came in second twice, and it was close. This time I started after him. I think I would have had him if I started on
You
time.
started after him and still beat me.
Well, you know.
Man.
What can
What's
I
up,
say?
motherfuckers?
I'm closer to college than you are.
You are. You are. Thank God Jody's here, or else I'd be the oldest in the room.
That's true. Welcome back. I'm Austin Pistulka. This is Alan Pilley.
What's up, guys?
This is the man himself, Dan Bell. We're having a great time today. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, I love it here.
Love having you come in, and when I go up to Nebraska, we'll Zoom call you in
Please,
more
yeah.
because, you know, it's way easier to get you an hour over.
Yeah.
I always feel weird because it's like we record on a very specific time,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like 9:30 on a Tuesday. Who the fuck has time for that? Well, I don't have a job. You know, you have a job.
I
but
have a job.
You have
you know,
a job,
my
but
job
it's
is
here.
a little free.
Yeah.
You know?
You know?
Who drinks before they go train somebody, you know? Kyle, you ain't see shit.
He's going to come at you for
Yeah.
the end of the month and go, listen, man, I'd
Yeah.
like about $15 back.
Yeah.
Okay?
You were hammered that day. I did 4 extra sets and none of us even knew it.
Oh, man.
So,
Kyle, you got free beer. You're 22, right? Oh, you're legal.
oh, yeah. We're
We're
good.
safe.
Yeah.
We don't underage drink here.
No.
You can even get the meth.
Here we go. Here we go.
I am going back to the meth capital of the world, so.
Is it Nebraska?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Really?
He knows.
So
Because
my
it's got the
stepbrother at
big
the time was back in
interstate.
Idaho.
Yeah.
At the time,
Yeah.
when my mom and stepdad first got married, like that Idaho was the meth capital
Yep.
at the
I
time.
believe
Yeah.
So I just fucking
Interstate,
never know.
railroad,
Yep.
everything's coming.
Everything's right there.
But
Got a couple
here in
highways
Florida,
going
is
north.
it Polk County?
Yeah.
Polk County
Oh,
is, yeah.
dude.
Okay, yeah.
Looks bad.
So I coached wrestling, or high school wrestling, and we would go to Polk County, and the parents at Polk County had no teeth. Like, I swear,
Yeah.
like, they had a combined full mouth of teeth in the entire gym, okay? Like, like Polk County is gross, and I can say that now because I'm leaving.
You have to watch this. It's a YouTube documentary about the real Walter White from Alabama.
Yeah?
Like how he ran his meth.
no shit.
Yeah, dude, it was interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so I'll have to send it to you. I'll tag you both in it.
Yeah,
But
for
anyway,
sure.
it was the real Walter White and how he gets on there and talks about it. He's like, yeah, nobody could rival my meth. And he had a system, I had transportation.
Nobody could rival my meth.
Which
I'm gonna
is
be able
in the
to say
fucking
that.
show.
Yeah?
Like he had the best shit.
Yeah.
But there is a real Walter White out there.
That's wild.
Yeah. So it's fucking crazy.
Nobody
cool.
can rival his meth. Nobody can rival your total. What the f*** do we got? We got nobody can rival.
I'm just trying.
Mustache.
That's fucking right.
You do have that's a pretty sweet stash.
Definitely not your deadlift.
Or mine. 'Cause I didn't get to.
It's all thanks to Lady Juice Beard.
There you go.
Oil.
If you want something like to hype you up, you benched more than me this weekend.
Damn straight I did.
There you go.
That's fucking right. Ah! You see this?
Yeah.
This is the arm that bench pressed more than Alan motherfucking Pilley.
Yeah.
And I deadlifted more than you.
Ah! Fucker. I didn't even think about that.
Real quick, something that Liz noticed at the meet.
Was it about my bench?
It was about your
Yeah.
bench. So after your third bench,
Like everybody had some shit to say, you know. Like,
even Liz
yeah,
had
yeah,
it. Liz, do you want to come in here and tell
Yeah,
it
bring
yourself?
bring your wife.
Liz!
Liz!
Elizabeth! Hey, Liz, come
I
on
don't think
in.
I've ever heard you called Elizabeth. Like in like
It is I.
5 years of knowing you, it's always just been Liz.
On my way to churn butter, Elizabeth. That's how I feel when people say my full name.
So, Liz, tell me, or tell us, what you told me about Alan's bench press smile at the end of his third one.
When you finish your bench press, you had a little sly little smile out of the corner of your mouth, and I was like, I've seen that smile. And that's when people like say shit like, oh my god, I can't believe we're doing this, like what, or we're doing this shit, and you like make that smile like, I'm gonna step away, I'm gonna back up, I know that smile.
That's an angry smile.
Oh.
It's not a good smile.
So I was in Tommy's gym, and I love Tommy, so I was like, and the crowd, so I just had to get outside.
Yeah.
I had to get outside. And so I get outside, and I throw my wrist wraps.
Yeah.
I take my fucking bench shirt off, and I throw that motherfucker, and I go out to the street, right? And I'm talking to myself, I'm so fucking pissed. And I'm sitting here in the middle of the street, and I turn left, and I see this Jeep coming down. I'm like, fuck that Jeep, it can turn around me. And I'm still sitting in the middle of the road, and I turn this way, and there's 2 cars coming down. I was like, God damn it. Well, this motherfucker can't go around me now. I was like, this looks like a suicide attempt. I was like, this is like, I swear to God, this is going in my mind. I was like, but it's not that bad. Like, I hope, what's this guy thinking? So I had to get up and get out of the fucking way. You know, so these fucking cars could cross. But yeah, you're right. Like, I was like, I just got, Corey's outside. He's like, hey man, it's gonna be all right. I'm like, thanks, Corey.
Thanks,
He's
Corey.
like, hey, just collect it. He's like, we'll be good. I'm like, thanks, Corey. Like, so I even tell him, like, just starting to notice a trend here, Corey, you know, but like, you know, he was a good dude. He was just out there trying to help me out. But yeah, it literally looked like I was trying to commit suicide in the fucking street.
Well, why do you hit me, please?
270-pound man just laying in the street.
Yeah, that's literally what it was. But it's funny that you recognize that and like, oh, get out of his way. But the same thing happened to Buddy. Me, Amanda's to my left, and I'm sitting here, and he missed the start, and I was like, get out of his way. Get out of his way. And anybody tomorrow is like, get out of his way. Here he goes. You know.
Yeah.
He was a little more calm than I thought he was gonna be.
Just for next time, the train tracks are out back.
Yeah, it's true. Fair point.
Future reference. Yeah.
There will be no future reference. We're going back to the drawing board. I want to get one deadlift in a meet. God damn it.
You gotta grab the shirt that Tony uses. The
rubber shirt.
Dude, I
Yeah.
put that shirt on just to like, because I was like, hey Tony, can I try this? And he goes, yeah, sure, what the f-? I put it in, and I'm like it doesn't budge.
No.
It does not
Dale
move.
gave it to me, and I tried to do a push-up, and I couldn't. I was
Oh,
like,
wait a minute.
Have you
gotta bend my
tried
elbows.
it?
No,
Have you tried the
I've
rubber
seen
shirt yet?
2 of them, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you dabbled or just to experiment it.
Yeah, okay, here's a slingshot with a sleeve on it.
Yeah. So that's what I was telling Tony about. Like I've done the bench daddy. I have a 2-ply, and I've hit 7 in that. I think 7. I think in the bench daddy I've hit more than half of my own goddamn shirt. So my shirt. And but it's just like no shoulder support.
Yeah.
And like that's the one thing I always tell people. Like, man, when my shirt is set, like, I don't care what you put on the bar. I'll hold it for you.
Exactly.
Can't bench shit, but I can hold it for you all day long. In the bench daddy or an apparatus similar, there's definitely a different feeling. Like your shoulder's like, hey, there's 730 on the bar. And I'm like, I know, just stay with me. Let's go get this.
Yeah.
You know, but a shirt, I'm just like, oh, let's go. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just showing you differences in some shit. But
Yeah.
I told Tony after this meet I wanted to dabble in the rubber shirt.
Yeah.
You know, give it a try, see what we can do.
Why not? Why?
Yeah.
What's it gonna hurt?
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Worst you can do is bomb out. You're used to that.
I'm making it a habit. You know? Yeah. That's why I said, like, to hear you say you bombed on your first one, I was like, fuck yeah, man. Like, I feel better about myself. Because my first geared meet, I bombed out.
Yeah.
And it's funny because what Liz says she saw, I walked straight outside of Haggerty, and I went to go hit a metal pole, and I'm like, God, nope, that's metal. And I went to go see some glass. I was like, God damn it, that's glass. So I walk a little further down, there's a kids park. I'm like, there's kids playing. And so I had to contain it. And two of my guys from the gym had locked out, and they're like, they saw me, and I'm like, I'm fucking tearing. And they're like, hey, we'll see. I was like, I was real quiet, and the other guy was like, sorry, bro, like, you know, you did good. I'm like, thanks, man, like, type of thing. And then I was like, man, the crew's inside, let me get back inside. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you know, it's a good time.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Favorite bomb out still is the XPC. I told you that story. I bombed on 1003, and I walk left, the crew goes right, and I'm sitting outside trying to take my briefs off, and I'm fucking stuck, man. This little old lady comes up, she's like, hey, sweetheart, you need help? I don't deserve help. I said that. I straight up said help. I said it to her.
Oh,
I'm sitting out here sulking in briefs that won't come off. I'm like, fuck this equipment. Yeah, and then it was like the walk of shame back to the room. I'm like, hey guys, it's me.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. So, anyway, good times.
That's hilarious.
Oh shit.
Well, my first meet, the bomb out, 2005, I was 18 years old. No clue what I was doing. Squatted like 480, bench like 390 body weight, and Oh, seriously, it was my body weight
Hold
at the
up.
time, too. Yeah.
At 18?
In 2005.
Yeah, but you said you were 18 years
Yeah,
old?
yeah.
You were 390?
I graduated high school at 336. Yeah. But I'd never deadlifted before the meet. And we were getting ready to give openers at the beginning of the day. That day, Ernie Sr. sold me a pair of TD 5000s, the old France reps.
Yeah.
That guy's like, oh yeah, I'll wear them for squats. Sure. Never had them on before then. Stupid. Doing the openers, I'm standing next to Ernie Jr. and I was like, oh, I don't know what a deadlift is, but whatever this little guy's doing, I'll do. And he opened at 500, couldn't budge it. Glued to the ground. I'm like, couldn't move it. It was
What was your squat?
480.
480?
Yeah, it wasn't horrible.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
That's what, to hear 500, you know, when
Right.
people talk about how close sometimes squats and deadlifts are per the person.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, well, like, I was like, what the is a deadlift? So I watched the first fight and I'm like, oh, I can do that. So yeah, and then, like, I go to pick it up and I was like, I have no clue what it is. Like basketball Nike shoes and socks, and we had to wear them, and I'm just like, I have no clue what I'm doing here. And the head judge is like, just get out of the way, kid. It was so wild, and I was so mad because I didn't get a trophy. It was like,
Well, it's funny when you had said Nike Shocks. Like, how old are you?
34. I mean,
Okay,
35.
all right, so you're 5 years younger than me. So 2008 was Bally's, and dude, that was Nike Shock time.
Yeah.
Like, that was literally, so what you were talking about. Like, I remember doing strongman events. I was running yokes and farmers and doing stones in Nike Shocks. These shittiest fucking shoes
Worst
to
shit
ever
ever.
live. Like, but like they look great. You know what I mean? Like the most non-functional fucking lifting shoe. So when you had said it, I was like, fuck, man, like I forgot about
Bring back
Shocks.
some flashback.
Yeah. Like all the shit we used to run and like wondering why we had ankle problems and
Right.
yeah, just fucking learning curves.
Yeah, for
So-
sure. But you mentioned Strongman.
Yeah.
You mentioned Strongman earlier. So what is, dude? Fucking
That was good, man. Good segue.
What a segue.
fucking hell.
You're a stallion.
So, but with Strongman, you said you're gonna start dabbling in Strongman some. Do you already have like a favorite event or anything like that? I mean, does deadlift count as your favorite event? I mean, f- you if it is.
Easily one of my best. Yeah. No, like I've done a couple yokes before and stuff like that. That's fun. I do
Yeah.
enjoy. I love stones. Like it's good.
I love stones.
Yeah, it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
To be able to manhandle that weight like that. It's such a different.
No?
I fucking hate the stones.
Really?
Why?
It's like shittiest event. Yeah. Just the pick and the hip extension and the low, the pop, like nothing. Like
There's a gym in Quad City, or the Quad Cities in Illinois, and we went train there one day. It's called Quad City Strongman. We went train there one day, and then like everybody's messing around in the back room. I was like, oh, I gotta check this out. And I think I deadlifted like 800, so like we were like got done with that, and they're like, oh yeah, you should check out the stone room we got, and like picked up 380, and all these guys are like, what did you just do? And like, you just lapped you lapped 380 without any tacky, and I put it on the shelf, and they're like, no way! They're so mad. So I picked up the 410, and they're like, you gotta be kidding me, man. This is bullshit. There's only been 2 guys in this gym that can pick that up. And I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. It just felt right. Like, whatever.
this is
It
so
was
so aggravating to hear.
Yeah.
You know, like people just naturally walk up to an event like that, especially the stones.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm over here like, man, I was really happy. I got 315 one time. You know, I lapped 315. I wasn't able to get it up or anything. I lapped 315. Motherfucker, 410. Get the fuck out of here.
It was
I don't know what I'm
sick.
doing.
So
Oh,
then-
this looks like a rock I could pick up. I'll just do it.
465 gave me a little trouble, and then, well, a couple.
Gave me a little trouble?
I didn't know what I was doing. That was a beautiful thing. And then
How long ago was this? How many years ago?
2016. So
Okay,
5
okay.
years ago.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit lighter then too. And then there was competition that I just signed up for, just out of the whim. And they did stone over bar as their last one. And if 385, I could have done for I had to do for at least 5, or I could have done the 441 for 1. And I just picked up, just threw it over the bar. And there was everybody's like, what the fuck? It was so funny. But I just kind of walked into that because all my friends were doing it, and I was like, this is fun. I'll tell you what, the difference between strongman and powerlifting, dude, the weekend before my first strongman competition, I did a powerlifting meet, and it was the same thing. Just walked in, and the director's like, hey, Dan, your card's still good. You want to compete? And I'm like, no. Okay. okay, sure. So weighed in, got into meet, and I didn't do horrible, but I felt fine the next day. Strongman, after that competition, 2 hours later, walking out of the restaurant, and I'm like, what just happened to me?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I just spent the night in county. Like,
Always said that. Like you talk about like a 12-week prep for strongman, and we'll go through a 12-week prep for powerlifting. You'll do the same for strongman, and all the hours that we spend on Saturdays as a crew lifting to go out to a 5-event show that may last tops a minute, and you know this.
Yeah.
But like yoke 10 seconds, farmers 10 seconds if you're really good type thing.
Yeah.
So not even the full minute. So you'll go through 5 events, maybe tops 5 minutes of lifting all day long, and wake up more fucked up than you ever did through training and than you ever did in powerlifting. And I'm like, for less than 5 minutes of activity.
Exactly.
I've never, but I mean, I've always said personally that strongman was like the ultimate sport.
Yeah.
It has the CrossFit aspects as far as endurance. It has the powerlifting aspects as far as strength. But you got to be mobile. You got dynamic guys, you got static guys, and the greats are good at both. Type of thing.
Yeah, the static holds are killer.
Yeah.
Upper back, it's like, what in the world is going on here?
Yeah.
I can deadlift 900, but picking this farmers up with 240 each hand, it's horrible. Yeah.
Well, and I've told him stories. Like when I used to train with Alan. Alan was always like 340 plus. And I'd come down, maybe I was 275, I don't know. And I would run his weights. He's like, hey man, we can take it off for you. I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to. I gotta compete against you sometime in the future, like type of thing. Let me push it. So I would struggle to stay with him, but like I would take 20 feet. That motherfucker would run for 60, and I was like, hey, at least I did 20. But like it was, I think it's what got me ready for geared lifting, making it a little easier to hold certain things because you're running these weights in strongman or attempting to, trying to follow behind Alan Dolly.
For sure.
So I would imagine the yoke is the easiest thing in the world for you with picking.
It was funny because back that first competition I did, they had a 1,000-pound yoke. And like I said, I had no idea what I was doing, so I got in, got my back tight, pushed against the bars, and my first stride was a 3-foot stride. So I'm walking down, and then they're all screaming, everybody's screaming, baby steps. So then like my second step was smaller, but then I started getting momentum, and I caught the swing of the yoke, and I looked like a baby deer. Like, it was so horrible. They'd be like, you crossed your feet with a 1,000-pound yoke. Like, what in the world is going on here? And I only had one pair of shoes with my Ole's. Horrible choice. Worst choice in the world. But since then, I think I've done 1,100 with Andrew Perfect Storm a couple times. And like, I do enjoy that. Just the sticking under it and going. Like, everyone's like, oh, you don't want to walk out a squat, but you'll do 1,100-pound yoke. I'm like, yeah, that's fun.
It sounds sadistic, but you're absolutely right. It's a blast doing.
Oh yeah,
absolutely,
super fun.
So you've got, you said you've got a couple strongman stuff coming up. What else is coming up for you?
I'm gonna try to venture into a couple more strongman things. Actually, the one I'm doing in July is USS, and the one I'm doing in September is Strongman Corp. That one's in Pioneer Meet in Texas.
Gotcha.
So I'm looking real forward to that one.
Do you know which one's Ray is doing?
Ray is doing record breakers in Florida, and then getting ready for Florida's Strongest down in
Miami again.
No, in Davenport with Alan Colley.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be a good one. Then I'll definitely try to get over that one. But right after that, I'm gonna turn things around and start peaking for the fall brawl, Live Large Fall Brawl. It's in Canton, Ohio. Nick's now he's my sponsor, but he's one of my good friends. He always has been. So the last 5 years of powerlifting, he's like, hey, can I spot you? I'm like, I got something else going on. I'm kind of loyal to a fault, but since Nick started this meet, he's done it 3 years in a row now, and I was like, hey man, I'm kind of wanting my last sleeve meet to be sometime soon, and I'd love to do it the fall brawl. So I'm really gunning up for 2,500 sleeves, and then drop the mic and say see you later to the sleeve room. Then directly after that, Go Strong, they got a meet going on the first week of February in Miami. It's not really announced yet, but they got that gym down there, and that's gonna be my last one in wraps. I'm planning to feel fingers crossed, 1,200 kilo,
1,200 kilos?
Yeah, 2640.
Fuck.
It's like 2644 somewhere around there. That's crazy. That's gonna plan for the wrap meet, and then kind of the same thing. Just see you later.
Yeah.
Time
So
to go.
This is the riding off into the
farewell
sunset.
tour.
This is the farewell tour. That's crazy.
plan. That's the plan.
What's your setup for after powerlifting? I mean, do you have goals? I mean, we've talked before about you coaching a program. You said it's not really your shtick, but you do it. Like, do you staying around the gym scene? Obviously,
Oh,
but like,
of
what's
course.
your ultimate goal?
Like now, I found out over the years, me having a very good balance on personal life and powerlifting has helped me thrive in both very much so. And when I do put main focus on powerlifting, my personal life does take a little backseat, but I still try to keep moving forward. I'm just gonna put that on the front burner a little bit more. We were talking earlier, real estate and just stuff like that. I really wouldn't mind getting into a business mind like that where I don't have to work for somebody else the rest of my life. But I mean, now with my job, it's just so easy. I've done it for 17 years, so it's like, damn, this is a great job. I'm getting paid well. The company loves me. They love what I do in the powerlifting world too. Like there's a lot of fans for my company, so it's kind of a nice thing to have. But after that, I think I'm gonna try to venture a little bit more into strongman. I think trying to blow up that world. I was saying earlier the funny story. So I've had guys message me multiple times, especially after hybrid. Hey, are you ever thinking about getting a strongman unit? Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm down with it here and there. And I had like 2 guys that were like, well, I know it'd probably take you at least 6 years to be able to get to the top. And I'm just like, really, bitch?
Well, okay, so I gotta tell you this story. I told Ray this, and I felt like such a douche after I left you the one Thursday. You had made a comment about the axle, about how you couldn't get your hand or you're doing something. I said, oh, have you tried this? So I'm telling Ray this story. I was like, I walk up to Dan Bell and I'm giving him advice. I was like, who the f am I? But it was because of how he had made a comment. He's like, oh, I can't get this transition. Something you had said. I said, oh, when you get up here, have you ever thought of coming over here? Which is something Alan's always taught me.
Right.
So I was over there. I was just, because it was just, and then he's like, oh, 365. I'm like, 365? Like, Jesus, man, like, I'm not even going to pick that up right now. But it was just like, who are you? Go sit the f down. Like, let Dan train. But I told Ray that story. I was like, well, why am I giving him advice? But it was only because of something you had said in it. It is. It's 100%.
It absolutely is.
It 100% is. But, like, I remember, like, the transitions and how difficult it was for me. And then you and I started talking mobilities and shit like that. But, but then it was just funny because, like, I was like, oh, what's the weight on the bar? He's like, oh, I'm trying 365 today. I'm like, God, what the f, man? Like, what? So anyway.
Yeah, but that's like, it's kind of what drove me through powerlifting too a lot, because in the early stages, I had so many naysayers and so many people that are like, oh, your squat's high, oh, your bench sucks, and shit like that, and that just fueled my fire. So then being able to find that competitive side of it in me, I think it's gonna thrive a lot through strongman too, because I've already had a few of those people who are like, well, I don't think you can be really like anywhere close to the top in the next 4 years. I'm like, say it, like, bet, like, I'm not saying I can, but I'm gonna give it everything I got to try.
Absolutely.
Your deadlift raw, you've never even done a suit. 1040 Eddie Hall 1100.
Yeah.
Okay, full suit, straps.
Right, yeah.
Is that
you're 900 plus raw with mitts. You're talking 465 stone. I think the record for the stone just went to 525.
Yeah.
I don't know what you logged. Axel, Jesus, you told me the other day you're trying to go for 405 for the Iowa record. I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I think Andrew, what Andrew did?
His was 410.
410.
Yeah.
You just said you ran an 1,100 pound yoke. Like, I don't think, come back to your TikTokers, which I think we're going to segue into anyway, but I don't think people think when they make these comments to somebody like you and think about what you're capable of already. But it's also because you don't put your strongman training out there. I don't think I've ever seen anything from you on strongman.
No.
So like to go out there and you're 900 pound deadlift, side picks, higher, like what could this motherfucker frame carry?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He holds 9 with a front load barbell.
Yeah.
A higher pick, $1,000 on a frame carry, 11. I don't fucking know, man.
I mean, I kind of think back to like Mark Henry. He was an Olympic. He was an Olympic champ. Not quite an Olympic champion, but he was an Olympic.
No, he was an Olympian.
He was an Olympian.
He snatched and clean and jerked.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah.
And then he went and won the Arnold.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so, and I love the documentary what the WWE did on him, where they talked about all that.
But like putting the sports
that,
together, talking about the two, like
Yeah.
do you know what he does in this
Right.
static
Absolutely.
strength sport?
Yeah.
Like, like you're running 11. Like, gee, what?
Yeah.
So it's just funny, like when people speak before they fucking
Yeah,
think,
well,
type of thing, and then let that fucking fuel you. Man.
It does, yeah, 100%. Because I remember, like I said earlier in my days of powerlifting, it just lit a fire under me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I remember the first time I got told I'd never be able to squat 900 pounds because of the way I squat. And I'm like, really? Okay, we'll see about that. Yeah.
Well,
for
you know,
sure.
coming back to that, like, you know, one of the things I loved about the judging at this meet, and amongst everybody, all the lifters, but definitely, like, say our crew and Perfect Storm crew, and bring up a little bit of old beef between another gym, was I just wanted to still shot everybody's 3 white light squats.
Yeah.
Like, you see where those hips are?
That's
Shut
where
the
it is.
fuck up.
That's
Like,
where
you
it
know,
is.
to there's no depth in the geared, and gear is such a travesty, and this and that, and a mockery to the sport. And I just wanted to, for, you know, like Danny's squats, and Buddy's squats, and Sean's, and Noah's, like, you see the motherfuckers?
They
You
sank
see-
those.
Like, that's
On the
what, you
ground.
know, yeah. So, you know, just think before you speak type shit, which, you know, leads into, you know, your TikTok land.
Oh, dude, TikTok's crazy. Hold on, real quick. I know that we've got 2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes?
Can we hit record, stop, and record again and restart? Let's do that real quick. And we're back. Didn't even move the pointer finger. That'd be so easy for him to edit right now.
I think I was stuck staring too, so this might just look like a still.
Incredible. So, quick thing. Dan Bell's favorite TikTok is @actuallyaverage, which you can find me and my wife.
Wow.
Should we get her back here again?
Shameless plug.
Real quick, can you look into the camera and say this?
Actually, average is my favorite TikTok.
Yep. This is for Tank Barbell. Tank, go f yourself.
Who's Tank Barbell?
Tank is up in Chicago. We became friends on TikTok, and we
Oh, okay,
have
okay.
since become
Yeah.
friends on Instagram and all this other stuff.
Super good dude.
Yeah, super good.
Okay.
He lost a ton of weight. He was like, I think he was like 400.
500?
Yeah, he was like
Yeah,
500, and he's now down to like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Power lifter up there, like doing awesome shit. But f you, Tank. Dan's on my podcast, not yours. I don't think Tank has a podcast,
Live though.
but
He
he,
does go live, yeah.
he goes live
Yeah?
all the time. Yeah, we love Tank. Tank's great. But so in your spare time on your different social media platforms, obviously you're getting tons of comments on some people saying "F you,"
Right.
whatever.
Oh, yeah, big
You know,
time.
how do you handle, like, you're the best in the freaking world? How do you handle still those hate comments?
Social media, man. Like, I try not to pay it any mind.
Yeah.
It was funny you were talking about your bench not getting recorded the other day. 9 times out of 10, and a lot of my training partners know it, I don't even think about my camera.
Yeah.
And then, so they'll grab their phone and throw it in there and then send it to me later. Cause like that's the last thing I'm thinking about when I'm getting ready to go hit a big lift. That's one thing everybody worries about. And I was
Well, like, you'll be set, your fucking wrist wraps, your belt, your singlet, your fucking shoes, everything.
Oh,
like
get my camera.
Oh, yeah, and then like your back is packed, your grips are set, and they'll hop up. My camera, bro. God damn it, just get the down, man. Instagram can go without one fucking bench press.
Exactly.
You know, like, yeah. Maybe it's the old man rant in me. I don't know, man. Like, just fucking lift it.
Exactly, I'm the
You know?
same way. And like, I get shit from everybody over there. Like, why don't you just set your camera up and like, I'm like, that's the last thing on my mind.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about this weight on the bar than anything in the world right now. Like, it's just, and I kind of like, I like having that mentality towards it. But the social media shit, there's like, when I do look at people's comments and stuff like that, it's like, I gotta respect you as a person first before I do anything with your opinion.
Sure.
So like,
I like that.
if your opinion offends me, that's my problem, not yours. And if my opinion like pisses you off, then that's your problem too.
Yeah.
And it's just that's the way I've like tried to run through life. And that's I had to blame it on my dad, but he was that way too. Like,
Yeah.
that's your opinion, nice. Piss off. Like,
No, I get that. Yeah.
But a lot of it, like, there's quite a few people I take, like, consideration to where I like it, where a lot of people will just message me out of the blue and then tell me, like, hey, you should probably start doing this, or why did you do this? Like, questions they want to know, and they want me to know what they think too. And then like, there's people I respect and I do take that pretty serious, but TikTok's a whole nother world, bro.
Dude.
They are all savage as shit over
Yeah.
there. It's like, oh, I arm curled that yesterday 3 times. Like, no, you didn't. We all start somewhere.
And it's always some motherfucker with no picture, no
yeah.
content on their
Oh,
page.
yeah.
I've been wanting to ask you this personally, and I'm not bringing it up on the camera now, but the Brad Castleberry comment, is that really you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you gotta tell me. So this was on so many. Lifting Vault.
Yeah, they got it on
Lifting
YouTube.
Vault. The dude's got a very weird voice. He's very. I love him. His love of the sport. He broadcasts every type of lifter. He's positive.
Yeah.
But there was one video with Brad Castleberry supposedly. What did he stand
He
up?
unracked like 1120 or 1100.
Beltless.
No wraps.
Yeah.
Just took it out of the rack like a quarter of an
Yeah.
inch. And he's got this god awful, like, there's different levels of this. I've been doing this 15 years. Let's go. Blah, blah, blah. Like, it was just ridiculous. And I wasn't in the greatest of moods that day, but I got tagged in it. And then I was like, well, this can go two ways, but f it. And I commented, I was like, bitch, please.
Yeah. And it's like, that's the thumbnail on Lifting Vault's Brad Castleberry talk with this weight.
Yeah.
And you see his comment. I've for however many months or years, whatever it is, I've wanted to ask that story.
Yeah.
That's fucking epic, man.
It was good. It
So
was good.
good.
You know.
Oh my gosh.
Because that kind of shit, that's like a mockery. Like,
Yeah.
it's one thing if you're a power lifter and you, like, reverse band 1100, like, that's cool. That's for training. You're breaking your CNS.
Yeah.
For him to be a showboat, cloud chasing guy like he is, and just pick it up out of the rack and be like, I do this because I'm that strong and I know what I'm doing. No, you don't.
He's like the guy who puts the egg here and goes, I'm
Right.
built different.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly,
like-
exactly.
That guy,
Yeah.
did you see the Russian chick?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God. And she's like that. And she's like, oh, bro. And so I started following her because of her mockery video of him.
Uh-huh.
And then like she popped up one day and it's all in Russian. I'm like, who the f are you? I had to go back
And
through
look
all
and
her
see,
videos
yeah.
to be like, and all her shit's in Russian. That just happened to be her only English video.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I don't like nothing lifting related other than to make fun of that dude. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Oh
That's good.
man. So
Oh.
well, I guess we've kind of run our course. Damn it, we could talk all day.
Dude, this has been a good 3 episodes.
Absolutely. Well, Dan, before we go, this is your chance to plug anything you want. Give your social media. Where can people find you?
I'm on DBell74 on Instagram and TikTok. And
right, brother.
of course, I got a YouTube channel that I don't really pay attention much to. But you guys know me, you know my sponsors. Everything's good. I appreciate you guys. Really,
Awesome.
this is fun. And this makes my morning 9 times out of 10 when you guys post something. I love this. This is good. It's not just knowing like you personally and being your friend for the last couple of years and getting to meet you too. It's like the way you guys bring the different aspects and fun to the sport. I love that. And that's just something definitely I have no problem supporting.
Dude, I love hearing that because that's what we wanted to do. When he finally got me to do this for years, he's like, "Let's do a podcast together." I was like, "Dude, I don't talk. I just try that." And so finally, I caved and like I was like, "What do you want to do with this?" And this is what you just
Came
said,
up to, yeah.
bringing light to situations. Like what we just talked about TikTok and women lifting and powerlifting and gear and
Yeah.
and I think we to hear that from you that we're doing that that means a lot.
Good.
Yeah, man. I love it,
Man. Plugs for us. You can find us on YouTube. Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, normally. You can find us on wherever you can. The podcast.
Liz, get in
drops-
here.
Liz, get in here. Podcast drops on Mondays. You can catch that wherever podcasts are found. Anchor.fm if you want to supply us with Dan Bell protein shanks. Shanks?
Actually, we could call those shanks the thing that he's opening those with.
Write that.
I'm Austin Pistulka. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Radio Guy Austin, on TikTok with my wife at Actually Average. Alan Pilley is right there. Where can they find you?
At Alan Pilley, at LadyJuiceBeardOil.com, and at CTX Barbell Orlando.
And CTXBearCubs.com.
Oh, that's right, BearCubs.com.
That's right.
Forgot about that.
CTXBearCubs.
Thanks, Sin.
Oh, shit! He found out. It definitely wasn't me, Sin. I didn't tell him. He just happened to figure it out on his own. That's it for this week. Thanks so much. We'll see you, motherfuckers.
Later, motherfuckers.